Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Up next in the Hydration with Heart segment brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. Tonight, we're joined by the very talented Tonee Marino. He's a 21-year-old independent artist and producer from Long Island, right here in New York, with a variety of sounds in his catalog, from a unique mix of house and rap to Afrobeats and R&B, all the way to hip-hop. Aside from writing his own lyrics, he also produces his own beats and co-engineers his own tracks in the studio. Now, in the summer of 2021, Tonee released his EP, Where Was the Love? And that was hosted by heavy hitter DJ Drewski. And most recently, he put out a single called Hayastan. It's an Armenian dance hit. He's going to join me to chat all about the evolution of his music journey from just 12 years old to what inspired him and how social media has influenced his career. Welcoming now to the show is the incredible Tonee Marino. Welcome, superstar.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let's jump right in. Before we dive into the beats and the stories behind everything that you do, let's take a moment to appreciate the magic of coconut water, right? A little hydration love, if you will, because what better way to fuel a conversation about music than with something refreshing right there, coconut water. So welcome to the Hydration with Heart artist feature brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. I'm so excited to dive right in. Now, before we talk about your most recent release, let's first take a look back. We had you on the show about 3.5 years ago or 4 years ago, back in 2021. But I know you've been into music since you were 12 years old, posting covers of popular songs on social media, and you've released your first single back in 2016. You were just a teenager. How did you discover your passion for music, and where did you realize, and when, more importantly, where were you at that moment in your life where you realized you wanted to pursue this professionally?
So, I mean, ever since I was a little kid, music's always just been a big part of my life. I think it's kind of instilled in me, especially being an Armenian. Armenians, like, music and dancing is just like a big part of the culture. And I've just always had that natural incline and passion towards music, just growing up listening to artists like Michael Jackson, 50 Cent, Drake. And eventually I just decided I'd take a little dive into it just to try something new. When I was still young, I was around 12, 13 years old. And I started, as you said, I started posting covers on social media. I got a little bit of a fan base going on my YouTube and my Instagram. And then eventually the growth didn't stop. And I figured it'd be a good idea to take it to the next level and pursue it as a serious career. Around I would say 2018 is when I fully decided this is what I'm going to be doing in my life. And I dropped my first EP when I was in 2018. And ever since then, I've just been going harder, growing as an artist. As you said, I produce my own records now. I even edit music videos. I'm just in complete control on the creative side. And yeah, it's only leveling up as time goes on. So
I love everything I'm hearing. You are on track. You are an entrepreneur. Not only are you an artist and you have a good head on your shoulders, but I know that you have your family's full support, which is so incredibly
Absolutely.
important. Now, you've been chasing beats longer than most of us have been chasing trends on TikTok. I mean, starting at 12 and now you're 21. I mean, you're practically a veteran in the music game. Did you know that by age 21, not only about 8% of musicians have gained notable recognition? So you should really pat yourself on the back. You have something to totally be proud of. You're ahead of the curve.
I appreciate that, but I'm always striving for more, though.
Now, how do you feel your music has evolved since you first started?
I definitely found myself more as an artist over time. Starting out, I wasn't writing my own music. I wasn't producing. And then as a creative, I needed everything to be perfect, and I needed it to be my vision completely. So I basically took over everything on the creative side, the editing, the producing, the writing, and I've only gotten better as an artist. I've branched out. I started out doing pop and hip hop, and then I branched out to house music, to Afro beats, to R&B. I feel like it's important as an artist to be diverse. And I just love all types of music. Good music is good music. So I've definitely branched out and expanded my palette, you could say.
Definitely. And the ability to adapt and grow is what keeps things fresh, right?
Absolutely.
Much like the versatility of coconut water, equally refreshing,
Absolutely.
whether you're in a tropical paradise or stuck right here in New York City traffic. Now let's chat about your most recent single.
Hayastan, you actually nailed it.
Did I say it
Yeah,
right?
you nailed it.
Look at that. What was the inspiration behind the song? And in general, what themes and messages do you look to really address through your music?
Yeah, so what I've been looking to do an Armenian, being that I'm half Armenian myself, I've been looking to do an Armenian song for the past few years. But the idea never came to me because I wanted to really make my own lane. I didn't want to do something that's already been done with Armenian music. There's a bunch of creatives who, paved their way and have made great music, but I wanted to do something that would make me stand out as an artist. And I finally came up with the idea of taking a traditional sound and mixing my modern club and hip hop fusion into it, and people are loving it. I really just wanted to put this song out and be able to bring attention to my people and my culture and shine a light on it and make something that not only Armenians could listen to, but the whole world could listen to. And like I said, just bring attention to my culture.
You've definitely made the Armenian community proud and without a doubt your family.
Thank
Now,
you.
with Hayastan, you've truly captured something unique. It's really not just a great Armenian song, but it's a great Armenian dance hit. Did you know that music inspired by cultural roots, and this is a true statistic, most likely leads to a 20% increase in fan engagement? And
No,
I'm
absolutely.
interested to hear about if your Armenian fan base increased when you dropped the
Oh,
song.
absolutely. Yeah. I've been still to this day getting nonstop love and support messages, comments, shares. Like everyone in the Armenian community is going crazy, showing so much love. And I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, I'm so excited to see what else is to come from this. I really want this to be a big hit, and I love to see my people on the map.
It's all about keeping it real. Now, most people create boundaries between their work life and their personal life. However, when it comes to the life of an artist, this distinction becomes a bit more unclear because artists find inspiration for their music from their own lives
Mhm.
and experiences. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What role does your personal life play in your music, and how do you find a healthy work life balance while you're constantly producing, recording, and performing?
I definitely think that my work, it doesn't necessarily take away from my personal life because some people look at it as, oh, I'm always working and I never have time to chill. But I kind of look at it in a different way. I'm a really needy person in the sense that I need to be busy all the time. Like whenever anything's stagnant, I just don't. It doesn't feel right. I always need to be doing something. I always want to feel like I'm getting something done. I have a planned out day, and I try to maximize every. I try to get as much done in one day as I can. And I try to prioritize work over free time. But when I am free, I do like to spend time with my friends. I have a great friend group, and when I'm not working, I'm in the gym training usually. But work does take up a majority of my life. I don't sleep much, and I'm always working, and I'm always looking to advance my career and do something new and always make some type of advancement every single day.
Yeah, well, you're definitely doing that. Now, you work in a wide variety of genres, from house and rap to Afro beats to R&B and hip hop. Why do you find it important to diversify your sound? And are there any other genres per se or styles of music that you'd like to explore that you haven't yet?
I just feel like it's important as an artist to diversify your sound because making the same type of music over and over again, I feel like the listener's gonna get bored. Uh, a lot of artists nowadays come and go very fast. I feel like because they're unable to diversify. You may be good at one thing, but it's gonna get old after a while. And me myself, I just listen to all types of different music, and I like all types of music, and it's really whatever I feel in the moment. One day I could feel like making a sad R&B record. One day I could feel like making a hype house club song. So it's really what I'm feeling in the moment, and I like to always keep the listener surprised and engaged and ready to see what's next. It's always something new on the
Yeah,
way.
diversification is key, and your
Absolutely.
sound is like mixing coconut water into different smoothies. Keeps things
Definitely.
exciting and tasty. I love all the flavors that Once Upon a Coconut offers. But artists who experiment with multiple genres, and this is a fact, really reach wider audiences, and that increases your streaming numbers up
Mhm.
to 40%. So keep doing what you're doing. Now, you've been online from the very beginning of your career since you started out by posting singing covers, and almost a decade later, those following and viewership numbers have drastically multiplied, garnering you a true loyal fan base. So for both independent artists and those signed to a label, the digital world of social media has truly, truly changed the game. How do you think social media has shaped your career, and how do you leverage being able to connect directly with your fans online?
I think, especially in today's day and age, as an artist, social media is the center of everything. It's where all of your fans go to see what's next. It's direct promotion. For me, I'm able to connect with my fans from the UK, Brazil, the US all at once, and I'm able to promote. And it's a great and it's a necessary tool in today's day and age. Some would say social media is bigger than a lot of older methods like of promotion. It's everything, and I like keeping people interested and always making new types of content. I've developed my own style of content to where people are always ready for something new.
Yeah, well, whoever told you that is 100% right, because close to 90% of music discovery now happens online. So
Yeah.
you have clearly harnessed the power, turning likes and shares into a loyal following. That's definitely a secret sauce right there.
Absolutely.
Now, you've clearly come a very long way since we last spoke, but I think it's safe to say this is not the last time we're going to be hearing from you. Do you have any exciting plans in the works that we should know about, and what are your main goals moving forward?
You could expect new sounds from me, new music, new content, new videos. I'll be doing performances in the tri-state area, and a couple other things that I'll keep undisclosed for now. But yeah, always expect something new from me.
Now, with the momentum that you've built, it's clear that the only direction is up. Just like good hydration habit, consistency is key. Artists like yourself with clear goals, with a roadmap, we see an output of close to 50% of increase in career longevity. So as an entrepreneur, you're clearly here to stay if you've come this far in just a decade. Now, what advice would you give to aspiring artists trying to break into the industry?
First and foremost, I would say do your best to discover and develop yourself as an artist, as a unique artist. What's going to make you stand out from other artists? That's always the key factor, is what's going to differ you from other artists. And being consistent, developing your own style of content, having a schedule, having a plan, and having goals and knowing how you're going to attack those goals. And not letting any negativity knock you off your path and discourage you. And also being patient and faithful. And I would say, whether you're a religious person, I would say have a good relationship with God and pray. And to me, praying and worshiping God, it answers all the unsolved problems in my life. Honestly, when I'm struggling and whenever I'm trying to figure something out and I don't know, I always know God knows better. So I suggest people to pray. And yeah.
I love your faith, and I love that you are so open and transparent about your devotion to your family, your faith, and really
100%.
just your community. Well, we are at the end of time, my dear friend. Thank you so much for joining us. That was so much fun. We're definitely going to have you come back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be listening out for new beats from Tonee Marino. That was our Hydration with Heart segment, brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. And that was the incredible Tonee Marino. Definitely check out his latest single, Hayastan, on all streaming platforms, and stay up to date with his latest songs and performances online at ToneeMarino.net. But you can check him out on the gram at Tonee Marino. That's ToneeMarino. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, we gonna take it up a notch. After this, I'ma hit another spot, take it to another block. Here my jeweler said I need another rock. John, Hayastan. You know I gotta represent. That's the only way it's getting sent. Yup, said it once, gotta say it again. John, Hayastan.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut.
Discover the refreshing taste of 100% pure coconut water that actually tastes great. Naturally sweet with no artificial flavors or added sugar. It's packed with electrolytes to keep you hydrated throughout your day. And with 10% of profits going to charity, every sip makes a difference. Pure taste, pure goodness. Experience nature's Gatorade. Visit Once Upon a Coconut or naturesgatorade.com.